Gold hammered to a 5-month low this Friday. The Trump effect seems to be waning here. So what happened to that gold rally? Joining us now from Chicago is BubbaTrading.com's Bubba Horwitz. Bubba, good to have you back on.
Great to be here, Danielle. Always great to be with you.
So I know I saw that rally, but maybe I just blinked too fast and it disappeared. Right, Bubba?
You know, it's one of those things, when one of the biggest things you have to remember, Danielle, is when traders are trading and speculators are involved, they tend to judge, and typically they push too far. And before the Fed, they were buying it because they made an assumption and they skyrocketed gold into that number. And it's been a disappointment since. With Trump now in office, it looks like it's going to make a stronger dollar, which should put a little bit more pressure on gold.
Right. But this morning we also had gold crippled by a large commercial, which was dumped on the market. Yields on the 10-year also higher, right? So a lot of things at play here.
There's a lot of things at play, all relating back to really what the dollar is going to do. And this is the desire to get rates higher, as you can see by the financial stocks that are moving, exploding higher, not just moving higher. Even the small cap index, the Russell has been going up like there's no tomorrow, which means that we're very close probably to a near-term top here in the general markets. And I think we're probably within $20 or $25 of a low in gold. 1200 was a level I was looking at besides 1250. Right. And I think this will be a great opportunity to step in here now and look to be a buyer.
So I know you've been calling for that last leg down. So you say another $25 from here. Is that it?
I would think so. I mean, I think 1200 is a pretty good level. Now, one of the things we do know for sure is traders tend to push a little bit too far. You had one big dump this morning. You could have somebody else out there who finally gets tired and throws in the towel, and we could see a little bit more. So it might extend through, but certainly I'm a buyer at 1200. I'm actually an investor here and nibbling on the way down, but it's from a trading standpoint, I will make a trade that will be, short-term, quick-term pop at 1200.
Now, on the flip side, we have copper. Who knew? Surging on expectations of higher infrastructure spending by the Trump administration. So could copper be the new gold here, Bubba?
You know what? I think copper is a screaming sale here. Honestly, I don't know where it's at right at this moment, but either it was a screaming sell at 245, and I know it's gone higher than that. It's on a parabolic range. One thing we know is that pattern cannot exist. Now, it may be going higher and it may build an uptrend, but the next big move is going to be down after they finish here and could squeeze in the shorts, because they've been shorting this forever. And it's been just working, and now they just trapped everybody. So after they're out of the trap, look for copper to start to fall. I would expect to see back around 210 or 205.
And finally, Bubba, I love asking you about the Fed. So now that we have a new president-elect, do you think they'll stick to script that everyone's expecting and hike in December?
The Fed is going to hike in December, but I would expect I'll lay a price of 70%, 30% that Janet Yellen retires or resigns before Trump takes office. I think that he's going to step on him, and I think we're going to start to see more regular raises in interest rates, because that's the only way the economy will truly get back to work.
So not so good news for gold, perhaps, Bubba.
No, I think gold will be fine. I think you have to look at it for what it is. It's a great hard asset to own, and it will have value. And again, it will appreciate just as it has done in the past. Right now, we've gotten too much involved in that interest rate model, and that's been more of the problem, because that's been controlling the dollar. But when the economy goes back to real trade, which I think we'll get from Donald Trump, gold will be just fine. And don't be surprised if we start making highs in the first quarter or second quarter next year.
Bubba, thanks so much for your thoughts. Happy weekend.
You too, Danielle. Thanks.
And thank you for watching. Don't forget to tune in next week for our coverage from the San Francisco Silver and Gold Summit. See you next week.